Hi friends, I'm starting an experiment to grow peppers in LetPot Max 21 pot hydroponic system. This variety is called Shishito Peppers. These are one of my favorite peppers. They go very well just sorted. So I'm going to try this in LetPot Max and see how they're going to turn out. Even though this garden comes with a very bigger bowl and supports 21 pots, I think we can grow only 4 plants because the pepper plants eventually get bushy and they get overcrowded. So I'm going to limit the number of plants to just 4. With that, I'm placing just 1 seed in each pod and starting with 4 pods. If any of these seeds give up, I'm going to replace the seeds. That's it. It is very straightforward to start this garden. As always, I will add water, but I will not add the nutrition right away. I will start adding nutrition once I see the seedlings. This garden is all set and good to go. It's day 16. I see seedlings in 3 pods. The seed in this pod didn't germinate, so I'm going to replace the seed here. I don't think it is too late. These seedlings just showed up, so I think it's okay. This is going to take another 2 weeks, but I think there is enough space. I don't think it will have a real competition to get the nutrition, so I'll give it a try replacing the seeds. Also, now that I see the seedlings, I will start adding nutrition. I will use Aerogarden nutrients throughout this grow cycle, and I will use 3 ml for every 1 liter of water to begin with. Once the plants are established and started flowering, I will bump it up and add 4 ml for every 1 liter of water. I think that should work. It's day 30. The plants are coming excellent. 2 plants are at a nice growth and 2 plants are at the beginning. The latest seed that I replaced here also germinated and the seedling is coming nice. With this, I have 4 plants in this garden and they are all growing nice. It's day 50. 2 plants are doing excellent and they started producing lots of flower buds. Look at these flower buds. There are plenty of them all over the plant. And here is the other plant. This one also has so many flower buds. Coming to the 3rd plant, somehow this is growing a little bit behind. It is doing fine as of now, but I don't see any flower buds yet. And compared to the other plants, this one is definitely going behind. And here is the young plant. This is the one that started from the replaced seed. The first seed didn't survive, so I replaced the seed. The seedling came nice and it is growing, but this is a young plant and it couldn't compete with the matured plants here. So this one is expected to grow slow, but this one I couldn't understand why it is growing a little slow here. But that's fine. I can't expect all plants to grow at same pace, so this is totally fine. Let's see. But so far so good. This is all going very well. It's day 61. The plants are doing excellent. I see lots of flowers fully opened on 2 plants. This is really good. And now this plant is coming up to speed. I see lots of flower buds. But this plant is pretty poor. It is doing really bad and it is really struggling to compete with the other plants. This is a lesson I learned. I normally place 2 to 3 seeds in each pod and thin out the seedlings once they are well established. But I went little greedy here and placed only 1 seed per pod. The thing with pepper seeds is they take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. That's exactly what happened here. So these seeds germinated after 3 weeks, but the seed in this pod gave up. I realized only after 2 to 3 weeks. That's when actually I replaced the seed. Luckily, the seedling came, but by the time it settled, these plants went way big and this poor plant always struggling to catch up to speed with these plants and it has been never coming up to speed. So from now on, I'm going to place at least 2 seeds in each pod when I start the garden. I don't worry about losing the seeds. I really want consistent growth on all plants. Anyway, so this garden is going at a full pace. So even though 1 plant is not doing that good, 3 plants are doing really good. So I'm happy with it. And I already raised the lights to the maximum height. This is the maximum height I can raise in this LetPot Max, and the plants are pretty close to the lights. In fact, they are already touching. They are probably quarter inch below the lights, and these plants will continue to grow. So I'm going to cut the tips. So I'm going to pinch off all the tips like this. I really want to stop the growth of this plant now, otherwise it keeps on touching the lights and get into burning issues. So I'm going to pinch off all the tops just like this, and I'm going to apply that on all branches. And once these leaves go and block the light distribution will have a big problem. The rest of the plants won't get the light. So that is the reason I really want to leave a lot of room here so that the light will be distributed very well across the plant. It's day 80. The plants are doing excellent and producing dozens of peppers, and they are coming very nice. They are growing big, and there are many more baby peppers coming. The plants are not stopping there. They are still producing lots of flowers. Look at all these flowers all over the plants. This is all going very well. And these plants went above and beyond the lights. I'm just letting them grow however they want to. The only thing I'm making sure is they are not actually blocking the light. I want to make sure of two things here. One is when the leaves started touching the lights, they start burning. That might hurt the plants. And the second thing is when the leaves go and block the light distribution won't be that good. The light won't be distributed to rest of the plants. So that may degrade the growth of the plant. So I'm continuing to cut the tops right under the lights. But when they are above and beyond the lights, I'm just letting them grow. I'm not cutting the tips. Let's see where these plants will end up. It's day 87. Lots of peppers have reached to their matured size and they're ready to harvest. I'm just giving them a couple of extra days. But look at all these peppers. They are all over the plant. Loads of peppers. Shishito pepper plant variety is not only productive, but it is also really fast. It is just day 87 and look at all these loads of peppers. And these plants are still producing lots of peppers. Look at these baby peppers and they are still flowering. So they are not stopping anywhere. So very productive. And this is all from just 3 plants. This fourth plant just started flowering. I don't think it will be productive because it couldn't really compete with other plants. But at least good thing is it started flowering. So hopefully I will get at least a few peppers from this plant. But the other 3 plants are doing really good. Look at all these peppers. So maybe within a few days I will start harvesting these peppers. It's day 107. I have pretty bad news. 2 out of 4 plants started drying up. In fact, one plant already dried up completely, so it's completely gone. And one plant looking light green, but it is also drying. The plant is completely drooping, so I have no hope on this plant. I don't know what happened with these plants. They just started dying all of a sudden. I'm maintaining same amount of nutrition and I'm always refilling the water. So these plants never out of water. They're just dying for no reason. I had this experience in the past as well. When I was growing Shishito plants in other gardens, they started dying all of a sudden. These plants are dying for no reason. Normally Shishito plants go for a really long time, but the plants in these hydroponic systems just dying for no reason. Anyway, I got pretty good yield. I have so many peppers. This is really excellent yield. So I'm going to enjoy whatever I got so far and remove these plants. Looks like this plant is also giving up. It is looking very dull. So this also going to go pretty soon. Here is a fourth plant. This is looking very healthy. But after I lost nearly 3 plants, I have no hope on this plant as well. Unfortunately, this plant didn't produce any peppers yet. It is at full bloom, but I don't have any hope. So I'm going to kill this entire garden and start over fresh. Either I will start over with the Shishito Peppers again, or I'll try something else, but I don't see a lot of point keeping this garden with 1 or 2 plants. So this is the end of this experiment. I got lots of peppers. I really enjoyed this experiment and I'm really enjoying this yield. It is just unfortunate the plants are dying, but that's okay. Lastly, let's measure the weight of the peppers from the second batch. This is the second batch. I harvested about same amount of peppers from the first batch as well. Now here is the second batch. Let's check the weight. I got 266 grams. This is really good. Alright, that's pretty much about this experiment. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.